All right, everyone. Welcome back. I can't count. I thought I'd already recorded 5 episodes. This is episode 5. Last episode was episode 4. So, yeah, I don't know what I was thinking, but now have things. So, but it was kind of a good thing that I did do that because, next week we'll probably be next week we won't be recording, which is good because the DLC launches on March 5th. Yeah. The new big DLC they've been working on launches on March 5th. Oh, that was a lot quicker than I thought. I thought maybe April. Uh, I knew it was coming soon because they're going to be doing a simultaneous they were going to be doing a simultaneous release of the DLC with a console released for PS5 and Xbox. And yeah, it kind of the console release just recently was told that it was pushed back. So the DLC now is going to release on its own, and the console I think is pushed back at least a month, maybe to the end of March. Um, and yeah, of course, there's also some kind of mix-up right now because some people posting on the Reddit have said they're already playing it on the console because it got accidentally released to some pre-orders before they did anything. So, but there has been another update, a weekly update here. What has happened is they've made some changes to the animals again. The main thing is now wolves have a phenotype, which is the color of their skin. That's all that they got updated because they already had the new animal system of genetics and stuff like that. But they got a new xenotype, they got their new phenotypes released, so you can have like wildly covered, different colored wolves and stuff than you normally get. Also, they changed the animal feed deal. I've already got all this going, so it doesn't matter to me any at all. But what they've added is stale animal gruel, and it hurts the animal, but it's something you can give them. But it's actually not the best thing to do for the animals. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and take all this out because I'm going to put in what the best thing to do for the animals are. If you want a non spoiling food, it's this now. It's silage. They added this due to everybody complaining that they no longer have a non spoiling food that they wanted just for the animals to eat. They didn't need a buff or anything, they just wanted something for the animals to eat. So what they did was they made this for everybody. Because before this, it was Omni food, which was a decent food that you could give them as a secondary food when you gave them a two stomachs. But what silage does is it does this right here. It gives plus 210 food effect duration, which isn't anything, but it also gives them plus 100 food, and it only costs fiber, 20 fiber. So if you set up a section of your farming and just do fiber and just throw it off in here, this will make silage, and it never ever spoils. So you could throw in. It takes 20 fiber to make one. Depending on your animal count, you could probably fill in like this whole top row. And also, I remember I play with mods, so my stuff stacks higher, I'm pretty sure. So that's why I said if you're playing on normal non-modded vanilla, you just fill up this top row with probably fiber, get it all turned into this top row silage, and you'll be good. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be just throwing fiber in there because there really isn't anything I need them. I'm not really going to be messing with animals for a while because I have everything I need right now. I don't really need to go out with animals to do anything. But it is going to become a thing I'm going to have to deal with later on, once I get to the point I need to do some more farming stuff. But by that point, we'll be starting to try to trap wolves, boars, and stuff like that. So yeah. Um, so basically, I just need to go and find my biggest batch of fiber that I have, which is it in here? Yeah. Take that whole top row, throw it off into the electric feeding. Now, this is also only in the electric feeding trough. This food making, the silage making. I think it's also here in the ranching station. You can make it as well. Yep, you can make it also in the ranching station. So you'll have access to it before you get the electric feeding trough, but the electric feeding trough will just automate it for you. And it'll just make silage for you automatically. They also cut down the power requirement for the electric feeding trough that now costs less power to run. They didn't adjust the how much it costs to make it and everything, but I think that's okay because they added that. So let's see, how are we doing on the corn? Is it ready to harvest? No, not yet. Okay. So the corn's got a little bit longer. I need to check on my beehives because I can't remember where we were because it's been like 2 weeks for me because I'm very, very much was sick. Like this is I recorded those other episodes before last week's update, except for that Thursday episode, which was right after the update. And apparently the mod author was able to get everything working really good. So I was able to get right back into it. There's already been another release this morning or 9 hours ago from now. So last night, with another update. The main thing they did was they changed the homestead bed to work like all the other beds that they changed. The beds in this mod give a lot bigger coziness buff than they normally would in vanilla. So yeah, that's about it. They changed another couple of things I think, but wrong room. Uh, yeah. So what we need to do is we need to finish filling out our garden area because I want to start getting the red stuff going. So we need to do that first. So I need to look up plot. So we're going to be doing hydroponic plots. Give me a few minutes. What I like do, this is I don't know if this is coming in Distant Horizons, but they have mentioned that they're going to be adding pinning recipes. So until that's in, I kind of have to write it down myself to get everything figured out, how much stuff I'm going to need, and then I'll be right back as soon as I get all that figured out. All right. So it comes out I need 120 composites, 120 steel, 300 screws, 30 electronics, 150 copper wire, and 600 dirt. Sorry, I have to drink something regularly. I'm still getting over my sickness. So I only have 146 dirt, so I'm gonna need my shovel. Take me a minute to get the dirt. Let's come out here to here. One second while I'm doing that. I do need a bunch more copper wire. Let's see, copper wire. Good half of it. How much copper wire? That's still not enough copper wire. That'll be enough. Okay, so I have composites. Um, I only have like 60 of it though. 66. So 120 minus 66 is 54 more composites. I need more iron ore in here. Alright. Is my iron ore in this one? No, I don't think it's in the other one. 54 of that. How am I doing for steel? I need 120 steel. I got 90. Okay. What do I have? Alright, aluminum. Okay. I need to make a... Oh, I have another deal of steel in here, so I'm fine. I have the steel. The screws should be more than enough. Yeah. Need 300 screws, 30 electronics. I have enough of electronics already. Um, where they at? I got 40. 150 copper wire, which I already have. And I got the dirt on me. Here's the composites being made. Need to go melt those down. They'll be done in just a few seconds, but I think the corn's going to be ready for me to harvest. Yeah. I've got more than enough corn out of just like 6 of these. What I need, I'm only keeping 1,000 right now. The rest of it's going off into the secondary bin. Seeds. Sacks of corn. Rest of it in. And then the composite should be done. Be able to make plot times 30. And throw the list of the rest of the dirt in there. All right, so there's that. Okay, so I need to work on my next project. in there, which is going, I've messed it up because I think I had the seeds down here. We just did corn. I've done carrots. I've done sugar cane already. Rhubarb I've done. Kiwi I've done. Squash I've done. I think the main things are the drinks. So coffee needs to go down here. Cocoa, tea, berries, gross, coconuts. Done did lilies. Done did avocados, the strawberries, the sugar canes, the tomatoes. I don't think I've done the soybeans. I've done watermelons, mushrooms, kumara, reed flour, fiber. So I think all that's left is not much. I've done the squash and the pumpkins. So yeah, not much left. Just all this stuff here. I guess the next thing to do would be, let's go and grab the soybeans. Right? I don't think I've done soybeans. No, I have. Okay. Soybeans is done already. Luckily I checked. So then the next thing I want to do is the coconuts. Those are going to take the longest. Also, grab out the fertilizer. So I'm gonna need to fertilize them since I have a few seeds. Okay. I need a queen bee for that last one. I think they're off in here. Yeah. Queen bees make worker bees to make things run longer. So you need to go out and get more queen bees. Okay. We put up the fertilizer. Not going to need it again until I do something else that I have low seed numbers of. And I think that's everything. Those crop plots should be done by now. Nope. Everything except 10 of them. Why'd they stop? I have no idea why they stopped crafting there at the end. Making sure everything is powered. Then I'll move on to watering. Okay, water, water, water. Okay. One thing we now need to go check is to double check on our water supply to make sure storage should be enough. We're not going to run out, but I do want to know if I'm supplying enough for my demand. It's here. So we're supplying 3,000. We're demanding only 1,000. Okay. So that's not as much as I thought. That's a lot less than I thought. I thought I'd be like 3,500 or something with all those plots. Wow. Okay, so the plots do not use as much water as I thought. I thought there were 500 each. I'm definitely fine on power, like I thought I'd be. No, they require 15 each. Wow, okay. That's a lot less than I thought. Like a lot less. Okay. Um, okay, I need to clean up this area because I'm about to have to add a bunch more stuff to it. So, yeah. I need to clean up this area, get it back, get it to be what it's supposed to be. So I need to move a bench over here. Textiles bench is fine. We can move that over there. That should be, yeah. Throw that. Add the stacks. All right. This can be moved over. Yeah. This is my trophy bench. This is my decorating bench. Ah, these things. I think I'm going to actually put these off in my room and just kind of do that as in there because these are kind of like hobby benches to me. So yeah, that's what this feels like. So maybe the decoration bench. Uh, let's throw it over here. And then the trophy bench we can throw over here. Those feel like they would be hobby benches to me. So that's a good spot. And I need to move this down over to there. Sort that, take all of that. My number of deals isn't full, so I can actually pick this up. Yeah. Back here. This, I think I want this off in the kitchen. Because that's where I'm going to be mainly using it, is boiling things. The thing of it is though, this thing I want to put it out there with the smoker, but I can't because this thing can be used inside, which means if I put it outside, it's going to just break every time it storms. So I can't put it out there. So I actually have to put it off in here inside the building. It's not actually an outside item. But I can take all this stuff and throw off into the chem bench. Add to stacks. Because that's what this thing is for me right now. I don't need it but for anything but spooling things. See where it says items placed inside this device will spool at an accelerated rate. So that's what all this extra, why I'm keeping all this extra right here, is I can spoil this in here quickly and then throw it off in the chemistry bench, and the chemistry bench can make all of the fertilizer that I need. All right. I'm really thinking about throwing the water and the oxygen thing in the kitchen as well, make it kind of like the kitchen first aid area. I think I'll do that. I'm trying to think of where to throw it though. I can throw the oxygen thing right here for right inside the door. I think that's enough room, and then the water thing can go over here. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. But yeah, all that works for me in here. And then I have all this room, and the repair bench can stay right there. All right. So the next thing we need to do is we need to get some tier 4 stuff. And I don't mean spending points. I mean we need to build the stuff that's here in tier 4. So what we need to get is the organic residue cleanser. Opposite of a creature deterrent. Okay. Those are for the trees in the lava zone. I'm just trying to think of various things. So I'm not sure if this is what I need completely for everything. Maybe. All right, so organic cleanser. It's a cleanser. So we're going to need shaped obsidian, which I have. Need to go grab it out of the stuff. I need to make. I need to get some titanium in here as well, so I need to pick up titanium. And I need some composite. 15 more composite. We're just going to make one right now. I'm actually not sure where this is going to go. I'm wondering if this is going to go with the furnaces, actually. If it'll go like this side. I'm not actually sure. I've never built the machine before. So what we need is we need titanium and the shaped obsidian. I'm going to leave half of the titanium in there for further crafting purposes. And then we go the organic residue cleanser. The exotic should be done. Composites, I mean. And we can make one cleanser. I'm very much looking forward to seeing what this is. Because, like I said, I've never used this before. I'm also wondering what the ratios are for this thing. Also, I just thought of something I wanted. Give me that. Well, actually, that can be closed because I have one right here. This. I was thinking about this a second ago, and I remembered now that this hole is here, and I was thinking about putting a cupboard there for storing stuff, like finished products, like the stuff there. And throwing that off in there. So, organic residue cleanser. How does this work? Okay, it's pretty big. Got to stick out pretty far due to the tanks on the back. Okay. Needs power. It needs water. Okay. Power can come from right there, and the water can come from right there. Okay. So, yeah, okay, if this is how I think it is, what you do is you go out and grab the red plant, plant it in your box, throw high quality fertilizer on it, and that turns it into the volatile raw exotic, and then you put it in here to turn it into stabilized, and that's your stuff you send up to get red exotics, I think. So there's Noxus Crust, this turns into animal fat. I have those acidic glands. Let's see. Sand scale, sandworm scales I can turn directly into biomass. Okay. Black wolf tooth as well. So things from the quest. Like the wolf is the black fur wolf fur. Their quest. You can get these from quest wolves. If you're killing a boss, if it can be a black wolf that you have to go kill, and you get some of this from it. But also in Olympus, you just can run into the black wolf off into the harder areas. Thinking about the northwestern section of the Olympias map, off in that wooded area. And then the sands, we killed those sandworms. The song of storms or whatever it is was song of sand, and they dropped these sandworm skills so we could convert them directly into legendary biomass. And legendary biomass is to craft the in-game gear. But the thing of it is, though, is you really need to complete the Great Hunt quest line to really get this in enough quantity. Venom sacks, frozen wool, ice armor fragments, stone, salt, hammerhead. Yeah, hammerhead. That's a Prometheus. The hammerhead is a Prometheus boss that you can just run into, or you can do quest line for. Corites is the Great Hunt. Gargantuan's the Great Hunt. And we have exotic shards that turn into those. Quartz armor fragment, coal, iron, oxide, gold, copper, exotic. Okay. I'm just thinking about various things. So, harvest by hand from this and extract a deposit, which is that's the tree. That's what you need that other thing for. And you get it from this. And when you get it, you get this, I think. And this is what you plant to get it, and then you get the volatile raw exotic out of the plant or out of extracting the tree, and then you and then the turn to get it to turn into stabilized exotics, you use the organic residue cleanser machine to turn it into two. You turn one into two. Or you could use biofuel bio cleaner, which you only get this from the station, I think. I'm not sure. Or this is a tier 3. No, I think this is a tier 3 version of the one I have. Okay, cool. Okay. So basically, I think, yeah, I'm not sure how long this process takes. I'm pretty sure somebody's already figured out the ratios. I'll just probably look it up. So I'm wondering if it's two. I'm wondering how it is. Wonder if it's two machines per deal. Is it 2 machines per 10, 2 machines per 100? I don't know. Not sure about that. I'm going to have to figure that out. All right. Let me check on the coconuts. You done? Yeah. Inventory. Put this up. Put this down. Sort. Okay. Well, I'm going to call it here for this episode. About the only thing I'm left for me to do before the DLC comes is get my rest of my like all of my drink stuff going. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm just going to be farming in between episodes. Um Also, let me take a look here. So, to make the coconut cake, you need the mature ones. Huh. And I don't know how you're supposed to, like, do I just let the tree stay there for a while or what? It's what I'm thinking you need to do. All right, well, I'm just gonna let that go. And like I said, the last thing I need to do is get all of my drink stuff, like the tea, the coffee, the cocoa, get that all done so I can make drinks when I want. And I'll be set up to continue on after the DLC releases. So it releases March 5th, which is this coming Thursday for me. It will be released when you see this video, it will be released yesterday because this is Friday's video. So the DLC will have released yesterday. I'll need to wait for the mod I'm using to update, which hopefully it won't take long, but I've never been around the game for uh for a DLC release like this. I don't know their process. I don't know how buggy the game will be at all. Their their patches have had a few bugs in them, but it's nothing like ridiculous that I found. Uh, so yeah, it just depends on how buggy it is, and how if the person who makes the mod, like I said, I've never been around for a major DLC like this, do they wait extra time before they update the mod or not? Because if they wait extra time, I may have to push out another week of content instead of another week of Icarus at the time, because it wouldn't be playable for me without the mod. So I'll just have to wait and see. So I'll give y'all an update about the time that I need to start recording for that week, which will be sometime the week after you see this video. Uh, I'd be releasing the. Um, I'll be working on the Warlock for D2 Diablo 2 Resurrected. So yeah, I'll be doing that. So it's just getting my mind right now, and I'm not feeling very well, so my mind really can't think that well or that fast. So it'll just have to wait and see. Hopefully, I'll be able to play the Icarus DLC the week of, but most likely I'll have to wait a week or so for the mod to update, and we'll go from there. So I will see y'all later. Y'all have a nice time, whatever time it is in y'all's part of the world. Bye. Maybe next time I can count to 5 as well.